Hey there guys, John Campea here, and I'm here to give my review of Transformers The Last Night. As most of you know, I was actually a huge fan of the first Michael Bay Transformers movie. It was like most of the things, I'm not going to say everything, but it was most of the things that I always dreamed of a live-action Transformers movie being. I grew up with the Transformers cartoon show. I collected all the Transformers toys. I even cut out their pictures off the boxes and hung them on my bedroom walls. Not many girls came into my bedroom when I was a kid. Unfortunately, I ended up hating number 2, I hated number 3, and wow did I hate number 4, as I think a lot of you guys did. But for some inexplicable reason, no matter how many times this franchise lets me down in a row, every time a new Transformers movie comes out, I can't help but feel a little bit excited. Yeah, going into it this time, I knew there was probably a small chance it would be any good, but for whatever reason, I still get excited because I still know the potential of a Transformers movie. So with high hopes last night, I walk into the movie theater to watch Transformers Last Night, and I can tell you, it's the biggest piece of shit of the year. No, really, that's not me using hyperbole just to express my disappointment in the film. This was a world-class, epically horrible movie. I actually told a couple of friends of mine walking out of the theater, it kind of feels like Paramount took $200 million and then gave them to a bunch of 14-year-old kids with some handycams and said, go make a movie. Absolutely nothing in this movie made any sense at all. And I'm going to tell you this much right now, okay? Maybe you might consider this a small spoiler, but whatever, it's a Transformers movie. Here's the reality of it. If you looked at the trailers and you looked at the poster and you're thinking, oh great, I'm going to get to go in and see a bunch of Optimus Prime. There's not a lot of Optimus Prime in this movie. I'll go so far as to say, remember the last Godzilla movie? Yeah, a lot more Godzilla in that Godzilla movie than there was Optimus Prime in this Transformers movie. Every time a new Transformers movie comes out, all the fans say, look, just give us a Transformers movie that's actually about the Transformers and not Witwicky or whoever your human characters are at the time. And staying true to form, Transformers Last Night is not about Optimus Prime. It's not about even the Transformers. It's about Cade Yeager. It's about Marky Mark and his little funky bunch of this ragtag Autobots that we found in the last movie who have small parts to play here and there, and their role really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And you could make an argument if you're going to try to say that there was any kind of Transformer-centric element to this movie, it's Bumblebee. They are clearly trying to set up a Bumblebee movie here. Now, we all know that a brand new Bumblebee movie is coming out in a couple of years. It's going to be set in 1985, and did they use this movie to try to push that Bumblebee movie. But still, even with as much Bumblebee, this is a Mark Wahlberg film from start to finish. And you know that little girl that annoyed all of us is in the trailer? She's like, I want to stay and I want to fight them. That girl, she's in a whole bunch of the movie. We walked out and none of us had any clue. What was her role in this film? What purpose did this character kind of play? And look, I'm a Michael Bay defender, whether it's 13 Hours or Pain and Gain or Armageddon or The Rock or the first Transformers movie. I think Michael Bay can be a really good director when he wants to be. But unfortunately, they tried to hide the fact that this movie makes no sense, has no narrative flow, and no real cohesive story whatsoever. They try to hide all of that and camouflage it with just lots of frantic action. You know, I talked about this a little bit on my review of the Fast and Furious franchise. So the reason why a lot of people find the Fast and Furious franchise really fun and the Transformers movies really dumb is because the Fast and the Furious franchise gives us action that is indwelled with characters we care about. Characters we care about dwell within the action, which gives dramatic tension to the action, which makes it fun and exciting. We don't give a shit about any of the characters in the Transformers. The one guy we do give a shit about, Optimus Prime, has the tiniest of roles and just has a few headline one-liners, almost like punchlines every now and again that he throws in. A couple of them are pretty cool, but they're so out of place with the rest of the movie. Because we don't give a shit about any of these characters, there's all this wild action, like 55 shots of race cars with cameras going alongside of them and all that kind of crap. Things blowing up and we don't even know what it is that's blowing up and all this kind of stuff going on, but it's just visual noise. And you can tell as an audience member, they're just hiding the fact that they don't have a story to tell. And speaking of stories to tell, wasn't it Transformers 3 where the big thing was, Cybertron's coming to Earth and we gotta stop it? And once again, they go back to, Cybertron's coming to Earth and we gotta stop it. And you know the moment I knew that this movie was gonna be just horrible? It was a couple of minutes into the film. And the movie, we've seen this part in the trailer. You know this is in the movie because it's in the trailer. It sets back in the Merlin and King Arthur days. And they show Merlin, I should say, on his horse going, drinking alcohol, going, oh, blimey, I'm sloshed. And at that moment, me and I turned to Christian Harloff and we just kind of looked at each other and we were like, is this what we're in for? Yep, that's what we were in for. Look, there's no denying the visual effects are great. And if you cared one squit of piss about any of the characters in there, the action was pretty cool and coordinated well. But unfortunately, like I said, it was just all visual noise. This isn't the worst movie of all time because, like I said, there's some really cool visuals to look at. There are a couple of, granted, I'll admit, a couple of semi-funny one-liners, but they were extremely few and extremely far between, although they were trying all the time. Like every single scene, you had them throwing out these one-liners that you could tell the filmmakers thought was the most hilarious shit ever, and all the audience was like, oh my god, somebody actually got paid to write this. Am I making it clear? This is a horrible movie. And no matter how bad this movie is, clearly the worst film of 2017 so far, I'm still excited about a Bumblebee movie because I'm an idiot. And I'm the type of person that the studios feed off of. All I can hope is that Michael Bay, who, like I said, I like a lot of his movies. I think he has some real good skill as a director in the right type of project. Michael Bay's not going to be directing this Bumblebee movie. So all I can hope is that Bumblebee will start to deliver that magic that I felt in the first Michael Bay Transformers movie again. Oh, and by the way, the title, Transformers: The Last Knight, I can't wait to see how pissed off you all get when you find out who the Last Knight is. It's going to just make you want to shit in your pants. It's terrible. All right, guys, that's about as much as I can go into in the Transformers without getting into spoiler territory. And how many different ways can I say that this movie sucks? I'm really disappointed, and yet I'm still going to be excited for the Bumblebee movie. Let's see what they can do without Michael Bay at the helm. After the first Transformers, Michael Bay just seemed to lose his way in this franchise. I'm looking forward to him moving on to other things and doing something else and seeing what some fresh blood can do with the Transformers franchise. Have you seen the film yet? Let me know your thoughts. Jump into the comments section below. Let me know some of the things that you liked about the movie. Like I said, the visual effects are great and some of the action's okay. What are some other things that you guys liked about it? What are some of the things that pissed you off about the movie? Jump in the comments and leave me your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on social media, on Facebook and on Twitter, just @John Campea. And until next time, bye-bye.